Okay, a good practice today. Even though shells, no pads, to come out here and get some more work done. A lot of situational football the past couple days. Appreciate what Frank has kind of put us in different things, and I think it's a time where the players kind of see our philosophy, how we're going to handle these situations, and it gets us closer to being on the same page. So there's a good practice for that part of it.
Has the run defense been a concern for you at all?
Well, yeah, no one likes it, right? 170 yards or whatever, it doesn't matter. We take a lot of pride in that. So that's a meeting. Even the players, we got together and talked about some things. And, it's more of an evaluation. Let's see what players can do rather than game planning. But regardless, that can't happen. That can't happen. And I think that, our players have that expectation, as do we.
What's the biggest surprise on this defense since you've been here?
Boy, that's a good question. I knew Grove was really good. I heard a lot of good things about him, but just how he practices and how he plays every day and what you get, I don't know if it's a surprise, but it's it opened my eyes just to how true of a pro he is. That's one part of it. Same thing with the linebackers. I think really with the whole group, the guys that were here, their football knowledge, their situational knowledge, and just the way they play, compete every play, doesn't matter, anywhere, anytime. They get an opportunity, whether it's walkthrough. I just didn't realize it was to that level, maybe.
Gus, what have you seen from Dio Dangbo from day one to camp?
He's a great story because he's a young player that was injured. So you kind of say, well, it's time, but he really hasn't had a lot of reps. So I thought he started off just trying to get a feel for what we were asking of him. But now the last couple days, you're starting to see him let loose. It's still not where he wants it, but I think the arrow's going up for him. So I think that's just going to be one of those guys that just continue to see him grow and make sure the arrow's going up for him each day. And then when it all comes together, we have high hopes for him.
Have you guys decided who's going to start at strong safety between Nick and Rodney?
No, we're still looking at it now. It hasn't been brought to my attention. We have to make a decision, so that time will come. But I think Nick, what we're learning about him is when he's really focused and in tune to his responsibilities, he's a really good player. So, as young players, you just got to keep that focus day in and day out. And now we're starting to see that consistency as part of, not on the field play, but just that focus starting to show up.
What have you seen from Tyquan Lewis, who's coming back from an injury this past year?
Right, he's another one. Now you hear things about, and now you get a chance to see him. And I think it was one of the first plays he was in there. I saw him play a couple different techniques, and he jumped out at me. We talk about they make a splash on tape, and just his technique and how he goes about it. He's a guy that we have high aspirations for too in our defense.
At strong safety, would you like to settle on one, or would you rotate?
No, I think we'd like to settle. I think everybody, so you can get multiple reps there. But we do feel good about them, and I think both of them will have some sort of a role.
For Tyquan and Dio, guys who are versatile and play the inside a lot, is there an adjustment when they're at that wide 9, that perspective?
I would say it's a little bit of an adjustment. Anytime you put more, it's kind of like our linebackers, right? EJ's learning, 3 linebacker spots or 2 linebacker spots. So it's different no matter how you look at it. So, with Tyquan, he's had experience of playing all of them. So it's coming a little bit quicker to him. And with Dio, but we're building to where, all right, we feel good about his development at one spot, now incorporating some others.
I know it's really, really early, but what did they tell you about Quiddy's injury?
You know what? That's what I hope to go see, because we went right into another drill, so I hope to go see him right after this. I know he was on the sideline and, had ice wrapped around it, so, we're hoping that it's good news.
You open talking about situations. You could have top 10 defenses that still kind of give up situations late in the game, lose. So what is it that sets a good situation in defense apart from that?
Well, I think that you're on the same page. The players know when you make a call, why you're making the call. And that's really, I think, as football's changed, nowadays players will ask, hey, why are we doing that? Well, before maybe they just did it. And I think that part of it is important, that when you do make a call, they have a good idea why you're making the call and can get in the right position to perform the call. And I think that's where we need work, and that's why I think like a day like today was good.
Dustin, did you see what happened to Quiddy? Like, see what happened when he went down?
No. Did you guys hear?
I don't know if it was non-contact.
Yeah, no, I did not hear.
With bringing in Yannick Ngakwe from your days from the Raiders, how has he been as a leader and helping with bringing in this new cover 3 defense to you guys?
Well, I think, he's always, Yannick's got a presence about him. One thing you know about Yannick, he's going to work extremely hard, very proud man, and, he's going to share his wisdom. I love that he's working with our younger guys a lot, and that's what we're asking him to do. But it comes pretty naturally to him. So, he's a true pro, wants to be at his best every day. So he fits in good with the group of D linemen.